Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we are making a whole roasted turkey. Now prepare for super juicy, extremely tender turkey slices with this amazing recipe. This is great for all your holidays or get-togethers. So let's get started. Alright, so to get this recipe started, we're going to make the brine first. And for that, we're going to need a large bowl. And into that bowl, you want to add in 1 gallon's worth of buttermilk. Followed up with 8 tablespoons of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of your favorite poultry seasoning, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, and with those ingredients, you want to give them a quick mix. You're also going to need about 6 to 8 garlic cloves, so get those out of a fresh bunch of garlic. Remove those outer peels, and then I like using a garlic press to mince each garlic clove into really tiny pieces. And once that's done, you want to add those to your bowl as well. And finally, for our brine, we're going to need 1 large white onion, and for that, you just want to remove the outer peel, slice it in half, and then double back and create really finely diced bits of onion. Transfer that diced onion into the bowl as well, give it another stir, and your brine has now formed. And for this recipe, we're going to want a young turkey, which should be around 12 to 16 pounds. And you want to make sure that your turkey is fully thawed out to room temperature. You just want to follow the instructions on your packaging of your turkey just to make sure you thawed it out properly. Now you want to place your turkey into a double-lined slow cook liner. You then want to transfer your turkey inside of the bag into a large bowl so that the brine can fill within it. And then you just want to gently pour over your brine onto the turkey and into the bag. And once the bag is filled, you want to tie the bag around the turkey, removing as much air as you can. Your goal here is to make sure that the brine is all around the turkey. And you want to refrigerate this overnight. Lucky for us, we have movie magic on our side, so a day has passed, and before you start preparing your turkey, you want to prepare the ingredients you're going to use for its outer coating of butter. So starting off, we're going to have about 1 teaspoon's worth of basil. So I like using fresh basil when you can. So you just want to take a sharp knife and dice up that basil into very small pieces. We're also going to do the same thing with 1 teaspoon's worth of thyme. With that, you also want to finely dice it into small, tiny pieces. And with that, to create our seasoned butter in a medium-sized bowl, you want to mix together half a cup or 1 stick of unsalted butter, softened to room temperature, with 2 tablespoons worth of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of that poultry seasoning again, 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning, 1 teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of paprika, followed by your diced basil and diced thyme. And I also like adding 1 garlic clove's worth minced. Give these ingredients a mix. I find using a rubber spatula to be the best way to do that, and just keep mixing them until all the ingredients are well combined. Just wanted to drop in real quick to say don't forget to smash that like button for me. It really helps boost this video's performance on YouTube so that more people can see this recipe. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button too, and click the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned until the end of this video for a sneak peek of the recipe coming next week. Now back to the turkey. One thing I did want to mention, that when you buy store-bought turkeys, inside of the turkey you're going to have the neck as well as the giblets. So you want to make sure you remove those prior to placing the turkey in the brine. Okay, so now that a turkey has marinated for a day, you want to remove it from the refrigerator and rinse off all the brine that it was marinating in. Oh, and here's a trick on how to get an even cook on the wings of the turkey. So all you really need to do is fold the wing onto itself as seen in the video, and the weight of the turkey will keep the wing in place. And this manner of folding the wing underneath the body will allow for an even cook of the wings as well as the breasts and the thighs and the legs. So just keep that in mind once we are ready to place our turkey in the oven. But now that we've rinsed off all the brine from the turkey, we want to pat it completely dry. So a few paper towels will do the job just fine. So prior to buttering the turkey, we want to place it onto a roasting pan lined with aluminum foil. And the turkey itself should be sitting on an elevated rack that sits upon the roasting pan. This allows for even airflow on the bottom of the turkey as well as the top. And it's at this stage where we want to do that wing folding technique that I talked about earlier. Now for our stuffing choices, I like going with a citrus flavor, and for that I'm going to use one Honeycrisp apple that we're going to dice into about 8 slices, as well as one large orange, similarly diced into 8 slices. And separately in a small container, you want to combine 1 teaspoon of salt with 1 teaspoon of black pepper, mixing those together until they're well combined. And with that combined salt and pepper, you want to season the entire inner cavity of the turkey. You want to follow that up by adding your orange and apple slices into the cavity as well. You don't want to overstuff the turkey, so just be mindful of that. It may not require all 8 wedges of the apple and orange. And if your turkey doesn't already come with a grip to clasp the legs together, all you need is a thin string of twine. You want to cross the legs and tie them at the ankle joint. This helps trap all that flavor inside the cavity in the turkey to flow through all the meat of the turkey. So this is a really important step, so make sure you don't skip it. And now on to the fun part of this recipe. You want to lather this turkey with your prepared seasoned butter. This is going to give you all that amazing flavor, so don't miss a single nook or cranny on this turkey. Although I didn't mention this specifically in the video, but it's evident as you can see, you want to ensure that when you place the turkey in the oven that it's breast side up. And also, you want to place the turkey on the lower tray of your oven. Now you want to cook your turkey for about 15 minutes per pound. So for example, my turkey weighs 15 pounds, and that's going to take a total of 3 hours and 45 minutes. And you also want to make sure that you rotate the pan halfway through that cooking time. And if your turkey is browned nicely like mine did by the last 45 minutes, you want to cover the turkey with aluminum foil and allow this to cook covered for the last 45 minutes. And your key to knowing the turkey is done is that the inner temperature checked at the thickest part of the thigh of the turkey should read between 165 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, or 74 degrees to 82 degrees Celsius. And a digital thermometer is really handy in that, so I highly recommend using that for this turkey. So once your turkey has reached temperature, you want to remove it from the oven and allow the turkey to rest for at least 20 minutes prior to slicing. And while the turkey is resting, I like to take this time to transfer it to a large plate and garnish it with some of the seasonings that we used, namely some extra fresh basil, oregano, and thyme if you have it handy, as well as some slices of orange and apple as well. And I think it adds a nice touch to fill in the crannies and nooks of the turkey with some additional basil and wedges too. But with that, your whole roasted turkey is ready to be served and enjoyed. And just like that, you've made the champion dish of the Thanksgiving table. With that beautiful brine we made, this turkey is juicy from breast all the way down to thigh. Cutting into this, you can see that it's completely cooked through. The flavor is amazing, and especially the skin of the turkey, that butter seasoning really creates this pop of flavor once you take that first bite. Let me know down in the comments what type of person you are. Do you prefer the white meat of the turkey or the dark meat of the turkey? But if you do try this recipe, be sure to tag me at Chef Cuisine or hashtag Chef Cuisine so I can see all of your beautiful takes on this recipe. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 3, Upgrading Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed learning how to roast a turkey. And if you did, make sure to smash that like button for me. It really helps out the channel and shows your support in the best way. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Victor, and welcome to Chef Vic Cuisine. I like to create new recipes each and every week that you can make at home for yourself, your family, or your friends. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button too. And sharing is caring, so if you enjoyed this recipe and think someone else will too, feel free to share this with all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week, where we have another classic staple dish for Thanksgiving, my pineapple honey glazed ham. Well, thank you all so much for watching again. I truly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Check out more on my page now. YouTube thinks you'll like this one, so let's see if they're right. And I'll see you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.